Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FTRL, welcome back to GT Sport, and welcome back to GT2. We are in week 3, which means it is round 5 and 6 of the championship. Round 6 later on is coming from St. Croix A, but we are starting tonight with the GR4 race from glorious Goodwood in the southern counties of Great Britain. Joining me on comms tonight is Mr. FTRL Pagani. Good evening, Paul.
Good afternoon.
How are we doing?
Well, looks like the Goodwood track is stemming in the British sunshine we're getting there. So.
It is indeed. So 4 races down, we've had 4 winners, four different winners and 4 first-time winners as well. So GT2 really mixing it up this season.
Yes, indeed. I mean, hopefully it continues.
Indeed. So, although that will mean that Zach will win a race eventually.
I doubt it.
Well, we shall see. So he's been there or thereabouts. So he's as good a chance as anybody this week. Obviously, quite a big few changes to the game since last time GT2 raced. Obviously, we had the game update, which is potentially severely affected the guys in the Alfa Romeos. They suffered quite a heavy weight increase on their cars, which we saw affected the guys in GT1. How do you think the guys in GT2 are going to get on with the changes?
Well, they did struggle for 1 lap pace, which is where the Alphas in GT2 seem to be excelling. So, in theory, we should have a close battle for pole position today.
Indeed, Goodwood is it's a weird track in that it's very simplistic and yet also very difficult at the same time. It's a bit of a weird combo. Very straightforward track. It's basically just a big loop with a couple of left-handers thrown in there for good measure, but fraught with dangers. The circuit.
You have to extend you have to cut it so fine, otherwise you clip the grass, you're going around for a spin. We've seen it in GT1 a couple of times now. I remember Michael crashing into pit lane. That was good fun a couple of seasons ago. So, yeah, should see some fun battles tonight, hopefully. Not many overtaking opportunities, but like I said, a chance for a mistake is quite high.
Okay, on with the qualifying. Qualifying by the 25-minute race. We've already a bit of a mix of tyres. Quite a few guys, including the Alfa Romeo, who's out on the soft tyre, not super soft. Obviously, because the circuit's primarily right-handers, obviously it does wear the left-hand tyres more. Interesting strategy there, because the Alfa Romeo, of course, known for being quite easy and kind on its tyres normally. I think I also saw Donzo gone out on the softs as well. Yeah, so both Alfa Romeos out on the soft tyres.
Honestly, we're not quite sure on what that Alfa is now like with tyre. Obviously, it's got another 125 kilos.
They've got a slight power increase as well, which should help them. I mean, this circuit kind of is a bit of both. It's both the power track and the handling track, because whereas a lot of straights, you're also in a corner for quite a lot of it. The fast corner as well, that first chicane. Taking at high speed, you need a good handling car to sort of change direction, keep speed up, and not end up in the grass field in the middle.
Yeah, it is very easy to go see some corn. I mean, if you hit the corn, just avoid the crane. That's my only suggestion. A couple of us have visited that crane.
Indeed, I think the measures have done at some point. Round. She got on board with was it the guy who won last time out of BAFTA, so Posh Blue, than his first win in GT Sports. The McLaren trio all in a line again, so trying to benefit from the slipstream of each other.
I must have said I was pleasantly surprised to see City Porsche winning at Bathurst, because that Group 3 McLaren looked a handful.
Indeed, I don't know quite how they got through with very little in the way of spinning action.
Dialed up inside of his team, I got the move done. I mean, it is qualifying, but honestly, I didn't have the best bird.
Now, you and Aaron like following each other, Chloe. Come through each other there. I wonder. No, something a bit weird going on there, but
I love it, but
it doesn't say he's on an outlook anymore, so it just looks like he's got out.
on board.
And sitting on board lap really with somebody.
Yeah. as we clip the chicane.
First flying lap, Junkie Sport with P2 is on while let's say 3, at the time I've say 3, he's down to 5th. It's a switchback now popped himself in there, so Citroen versus McLaren at the moment. Next Iceman though getting the Team BMW car in there. There's been a lot of talk about the VW being very handy around here. And Iceman quite a bit off pole position time wise, but in the top 5 at the moment. Next Cats goes P3. So of the 3 VW drivers, he's probably the most in tune with the game, I think. He's now 3/10 off pole position. It's at P4. So I remember about Steph who just popped himself up to P3.
I have had a message from Aaron asking, can you maybe change your audio mix slightly as the cars are drowning out of the tad?
Settings. I can't adjust audio mix.
Right.
Can you? Because you're the party host. A bit closer. Let's try that. Okay, well, apologies for that, technical difficulties, but a little bit better. Maybe my microphone was a little bit far away. So then SBY has thrown himself into the mix, 9 thousandths shy of switchback, and now he's going for a spin into the field. The first and probably not the last one we will see tonight. Oh, speaking of which, yep, there goes Junkie Sport as well. Junkie Sport throwing himself into the same cornfield.
It is a very popular cornfield.
Yes, indeed. And say it's like a quick change of direction. It's quite a big chicane, so it's not like you're throwing yourself into it quickly, but you've obviously probably one of the fastest parts of the circuit coming into the first bit, the right-hander, and then obviously you sort of drift to the left-hand side, then you've got to get it back over to the right-hand side for the left-hander, and it's very easy to clip the grass on the inside and spin off, or clip the grass on the outside as you try and get it back over, and yeah, say into that field you go. Donzo now pops himself up onto pole position. Winner last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens. His first win in GT Sport.
It was indeed. Well, Aaron's come back and said it's miles better. So
there we go. Maybe just my microphone was too far away. Get there in the end. So Alfa Romeo, despite the hindrance of extra weight, Sony sat first and third. C Posh down fourth, Hedge Steph and Nexus Cat. So we've got a good mix of all 5 manufacturers up at the sharp end.
well, City Posh Blue is having some sort of issues. He can't see unsafe release, and on his screen can't set a time. So
he now also seems to be doing donuts at the start finish straight. Yes, right, so what does this mean?
well, we may have a lobby restart.
Indeed. City Posh's car was flying just previously before.
Oh my word! I've just seen Nexus Cats in pit lane. That's not what you want to see. That VW is on its side. So yeah, the game is doing some weird things tonight.
On its side, Nexus Cats is on the track on my screen.
Oh, okay. So we'll see what happens in the race.
Yeah, interesting. Alright. City Posh is now going on my track, on my screen again, so
he's going on my track, so
I've got no lap time for him, but he is in P4 on my screen, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
well, Switchback has 1:14.7, which is quite close to what pole position was in GT1.
Okay, now City Posh is now back on the start finish straight on my screen, having been in the cornfield a second ago, so I have no idea what's going on now.
think we may well have to do a restart for this.
Indeed.
Pushed out at the back. Which is a rule that was implemented at the start of the season. So.
Indeed. Fortunately, having to bring it out again.
We'll try and do our best to commentate on whoever else can get around and do a lap.
As it stands, switchback fastest has taken P1 back. CPOS has just come out of the pit lane on my screen, so fingers crossed. Switch back onto the grass around turn 1. Donzo has got an equal gap between switchback 0.147 and Unsafe Felice, who's in P3. So we've got Citroen leading Alfa Romeo, leading McLaren, leading Alfa Romeo, leaving McLaren. And the City Posh is wiggling down the start-finish straight. Straight into the wall.
In the cornfield, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's something very weird going on here. Stefan P6, Cats in P7, so yeah, all 5 manufacturers represented in the top 7 at the moment.
Zom's coming to the line. He's currently 3/10 up, so we'll be looking to try and maybe usurp gravity in 12th, but it can have a nice chicane. Not quite got the grips of this sitting yet as well.
Hopefully his new livery, inspired by his by Mini Zom, does improve, but stays P30. Excuse me, hiccups. Is still the deadly qualifying weapon that we saw earlier in the season. No improvement on that lap from Donzo, although SBY has moved himself up into P3.
Oh, SBY's sideways.
Yes, indeed, he's pushing, he's purple. As he comes into the final chicane. Neat and tidy, gets a little bit of dirt, takes out the pitboard marker, drives for the line, and goes fastest. Not by much, but he's back on pole position.
Has just pitted, so he will have one more go at this.
1 minute 39 left, so enough time to get around for one more flying lap for everybody. Currently 19,000 separate first and second. Less than 2/10 covering the top 3. Goodwood plays short lap, so the panels are very close. What can Donzo do? Can he reply to his teammate? Leapfrog, switch back and join his teammate on the front row. Not this time. Felice leading the McLaren charge in P4. City Posh. Where is City Posh on your screen at the moment?
Just coming up to the penultimate corner.
Okay, so he's in the same place on our screens again, so that's reassuring, although he is on a 3-minute outlap, which is not good. Well, that could just be glitches. Let's see what happens here. It's weird though because he's set a lap time because he's P5 on my screen, so.
Yeah, he's just at another outlap.
Yeah, he's just at another outlap.
I want to put in the chat to say restart, but I don't want to put people off if they're just starting their last lap. Will let people finish their lap first.
Yeah, I've just messaged Zach as well, just to let him know, to see if he's got an issue.
Oh.
So he's heading towards the cornfield.
We'll just have to make sure to get a list of qualifying results and send them over to him.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do it quickly when it ends.
Nexus Cat's had a fair slide. Oh, switch back. 14-4.
And also Felice got P2 as well. So Alfa Romeo's demoted from the front row to the second. SPY's had a spin at the penultimate corner, so he won't be improving. Donzo has finished his lap. Deluxe popped himself into P5.
So we're not going to see an Alfa Romeo on the front row for the first time. Let's see an improved put up.
Perhaps not. And switch back fastest from unsafe release. So Citroen and McLaren on row 1, all Alphas on row 2, SBY and Donzo with Deluxe and City Posh, and all McLaren third row. Well, City Posh having his issues. Steph P7 leaving the Mitsubishi Charge. Next is Cat leading the VWs. Junkie Sport will be disappointed to be P9. She goes row 5 with Co-Andy with Zombie. Just a bit of improvement there from Zombie, so he's found a bit of time. Got himself into P11 out of Gravity. And then you've got Zom and Iceman on row 7 that stands. So, just to find out what is happening now. A quick photo of that.
I'd say you've got to be very quick with GT.
Indeed. It's not hanging around. So, do bear with us while we get this rectified again. Unfortunately, not only F1 lobbies that have glitches, GT Sport developing its own at the moment.
I must say GT Sport is steadily getting worse for glitches.
Just, you think with all the updates they're doing, they'll get better, but not, they seem to be going the other way, unfortunately.
But it does still produce some very close racing with GT, so hopefully that shows itself tonight.
Indeed, fingers crossed. So, just waiting on the return of a new lobby.
Will be interesting to see what Zach can do when that's sitting from this way, from the front row. I mean, it's a very quick starting car in that series.
Indeed.
I'm just waiting for the boys to restart PlayStations and hope everybody can get in the lobby and set away. I mean, we have had to restart the lobby before, I think it was for unsafe, and then the luck couldn't get off the grid, so yeah.
Well, at least the problem seems to be moving around people slowly, although it seems to be focused on Team McLaren at the moment primarily. So
it's an unfortunate set of circumstances out of our control, but we do our best to try and rectify the situation.
It looks like Deluxe has finally sorted his out, which is good. Obviously, a bit bad for him last season. The amount of races, he probably missed more races. Well, didn't start more races than he actually did start, which was unfortunate. He still managed to win one in that period of time. So
He did.
fair play to him. So pace is there.
Well, we've mentioned about Goodwood, and in this little brief hiatus, maybe we should talk about our second track of the day.
Saint Croix, so one of the Gran Turismo originals. And it kind of feels like 3 circuits have kind of been stuck together a little bit. It doesn't look much, but it offers a unique challenge and a little bit of everything, doesn't it, Saint Croix? It's got long straights, twisty sections, off-camber corners, sweeping sections. It has literally everything you want.
I mean, luckily we only run one iteration of it per division, so it's not too bad. If you do sort of Saint Croix A, then go to Saint Croix B, it can be very difficult because corners go in different directions to what you practiced. So,
Right, lobby is up again.
Fantastic.
Fingers crossed, the third time is the charm.
He's hoping to finally get some racing out of the way.
Just admire my very shiny pink Lamborghini. GT3.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to watch these pink Lamborghini folks. I can only apologise.
Well, it won't be running this week. I've got new livery for this week.
Oh.
So something new. Yeah, something they'll be filming. You'll probably recognise it. It's a real bubble.
Nice. I also have a new livery for this week, so... Yeah. Well, it's nice to see that Zach knows what track we're racing on. Well, SPY is going out anyway. He obviously wants to practice. Now he's gone back to the pit. Okay. Oh, come on, Zach. Change those lobby settings. You can do it. There you go. Everyone clap for Zach. Oh, Goodwood does have a very tight grid.
I've been told that we need to get somebody to sub to us because we are just shy of 300 subs. So anybody who's watching the stream who doesn't already signed up as a sub to FTRL, please do so. Because, you know, fans will make this fun. We like round numbers. So
Everybody beginning to join the lobby. I think we've got more. We have a lobby full, just waiting for the boys to get in the cars. And for then Zach to be able to order the grid.
Right, and I've actually got the onboard shots, which is good. So go on board with Donzo then for a flying lap of Goodwood, and so you go around this very tricky double apex turn 1, and it's a long straight with a sweeping right here, just no lift there, just flat out through back over to the left hand side. And you've got the first braking points to worry about. It's like dab on the brakes, maybe drop down a gear, clip that curb on the inside, over to the left, back over to the right, down a gear, then clip the left hander. This is the bit there where very easy to run wide on the exits, the course tightens, but then over the little crest, over to the left, down to third gear for the right hander, out to the curb on the outside, and then this long sweeping right hander. So, more changes. He's getting there slowly. Right, so set the grid up, so fingers crossed. Right, let's try again. So we're on board with Deluxe, right, here we go, so, right, double apex, you want to clip the second apex there, and then maybe get that third one as well, depending on your line, can run a little bit wider. And you've got the short straight blast down there, planes on the right hand side, through the right hand kink, for the fast chicane section. So drop down a gear. In Deluxe case he's staying in 6th, down to 5th, down to 4th, and once after the edge of the circuit, you don't want to be on the grass though, because it will pull you off onto the grass on the inside. Down 3rd gear for the right hander, back on the power, out to the outside curb, and through this fairly open rights, back up through the gears. And this penultimate corner is very tricky because it's sort of a double apex again. It's difficult to know where to get your braking point, isn't it? Especially if you're in traffic like Deluxe is now. Get over to the left, come down the gearbox a couple of gears, down to 4th, through the first apex, through the second, narrows on exit, and you drive towards this very tricky, tight chicane to end the lap. Don't go onto the grass too much. Somebody there destroys the pit board marker, and around you go. Lap done. So
yeah, I've found it does help to get a brake marker that isn't a board, just in case.
So everybody seems to be, we've only got 12 guys in, so still waiting for a couple of guys to reappear back in the cars.
We're up to 12. Who's not in the car? Zach and Zom. Our lovely host and our admin.
Zach is probably doing the grid to be there, so I'm going to eat a square of my chocolate. I'm waiting. Excuse me.
I mean, I would like to see Andy with another safety on track to make sure they can drive the cars. That would be nice. I mean, touch wood, everyone else is on track. See, Porsche is actually driving his own car and not on an outlap, so
It's true.
he looks to be set, hopefully.
switchback is in, so I'm just waiting on Mr. Zombies on what?
We are indeed. However, he has been messaging the Discord, so I will let him off.
So, a couple of new liveries out this week. Who are we rating this week? Obviously, there's always been a lot of love for Donzo's livery previously. So we've got a new one from Zombie, new one from Gravity. He's currently loving the gravel trap.
Yeah, this is a livery around at race 1, but obviously he wasn't here last week in race pants, so...
Everybody's in, so...
I mean, I'm going to guess that you quite enjoyed Nexus Iceman.
Yes, he's done a good job with his Gibson livery. I'll give him credit for that. Where is he? There he is. He's not too dissimilar to the one I did for Froome in season 5, was it?
I remember
Mercedes season.
One quite similar from, so... Well, they would appear to have some big W bowling going on, so...
Indeed. Some daffodils at the final couple of corners.
Everyone is on track in theory.
Just 3 in pit lane, 4 in pit lane still. So, I think it's Prost. We'll be good to go. Shortly. Well, let get this race underway. 1 minute warning, so it's a positive sign. Fingers crossed.
From straight in the chat, we do love a guitar livery.
Guitar livery. Hashtag team I snapped my G-string. Have to crack a stripe livery for my Lambo.
Well, let's see how everybody does tonight. Obviously, I don't think Andy's quite gelled with his Mitsubishi yet, but...
No, it's kind of strange because I think out of all the cars that are on the grid, the Mitsubishi is probably the most stable, drivable. Citroen perhaps as well, but yeah, the Mitsubishi is very you get what you see with the Mitsubishi. It's very whenever I've driven it, I found very straightforward to drive. Obviously, it's 4-wheel drive, so it's a little bit heavy. But the Group 3 Lancer definitely is one I would have expected a little bit more, especially driving that very tricky Supra he had last season. I thought the Mitsubishi would have been a significant step up in stability for him. But yeah, like you say, not really gelled with it yet. There's still time. Obviously, you've got Wet Week coming up, which should be the week that Mitsubishi excel, especially in the Group 4 race. But it looks like we're going to get going finally.
Let's hope that Gravity and Iceman stop playing PW bowling for the rest.
So pole position goes to FTRL switchback. Man on pole with unsafe release. Probably the person tipped for the title by a lot of people pre-season. Joining him on the front row. All the Alphas on row 2.
Andy unfortunately missing Pete this week after a river commitment. Hoping everyone gets off the grid.
There we go.
Everyone's off the grid.
That's a good start.
Good to go.
Switchback leads into turn 1. Unsafe release. Tucks in behind him. Good look. Junkie Sport. Steph gets squeezed. Oh, he's on the grass. There's contact there with Junkie Sport. He's pulled it all back together. And a fairly clean getaway. And FTRL switchback is off and running from pole position.
It's how they get on already looking to get past unsafe.
Flashing the lights already from the race leader. They're really going to get through this section okay on lap 1. Zombies wide on the grass. The Mitsubishi's 4-wheel drive will open there. Keeps it under control. Iceman and Gravity. Oh, contact between the VWs. Gravity turfed that wide.
Well, I did say I hope there was no VW bowling, but we've already seen it on lap 1.
City Posh Blue up from 14th to 9th already. He's had an absolute storming first lap.
No, that first win gives you a bit more air than your sails. And
Oh, left me wide, almost on the grass. What's that first? 8th now as well. Oh, some safe releases into the chicane at the end of the lap. He's out of P2, he's down to P8 behind his teammate. So City Posh has cleared half the field on that first lap. So Felice though was just the first victim of the chicane.
I know what City Posh is to do the exact same again this lap and he'll be leading the race. So.
Well, indeed, I was watching a flashback of British GT from 2014, 2013 of Alex Buncombe in the GTR, going from 14th to 1st in 3 laps.
Nice. Well, next is Katz up inside a junkie sport. He did very well, but the clip the grass is next to Katz.
SBY has had a moment, he's down to 4th. So he used to run wide on turn 1, behind his teammate, who's up to P2, and they look up into P3. So the Dane train, both of them in the top 5.
I mean, as long as that Dane train doesn't include Matt Cosma fine.
But he is very good at talking to girls. So race leader switched back 2.5 seconds ahead on the end of lap 2. Grass having a bit of a tank slapper, but he gets away with it. It's going to cost him a couple of tenths though.
We saw this from switchback last week. It was like an F1 last time. He's very good at making a break, but there is a chance of a mistake.
Indeed, obviously probably not quite so detrimental to his race in GT Sport, or we would say for at least a little bit of a bobble there through turn 1, but he's good at nice. He's sitting Posh under the rear wing, Junkie Sport. W Iceman and Co-Andy on the back of also for Lees, and a bit of a gap back to prototype Steph, who's dropped down a little bit. He's down to P11. Zombie after his grass tracking. We've got Zom and Gravity back. Gravity obviously recovering after being booted off unceremoniously by his teammate on that one.
After that mistake in the last one from switchback, he has lost a second of his lap also.
Indeed, you see him pulling away down the straight. Still very quick in a straight line.
Obviously that Alpha has got Tyson Fury in the passenger seat now, so...
Gypsy King, oh SBY with an absolute beautiful slider around that penultimate corner.
It's nice to see he can still drift an Alpha, even with the weight.
Switchback opening that lead back up. Back to 2.5 seconds, he's almost back to where he was. Got Dilluck looking at the inside of Donzo to 1. Not quite close enough. Now next is Katz. On the back of
he's down the 9th.
It's just so. Iceman and unsafe release.
Donzo's got past switchback for the race late.
Ooh. No, that's a very big off because he opened that up, so he must have gone wide at turn 1 as Katz up in the background.
Yes, Katz has got power field.
He's going to get back on P5, but Junkie Sport closing rapidly down the inside. Ooh, is he close enough? He is indeed. So if he goes, his unsafe release going to get through that gap as well. He's going for it. He's going to box in Katz.
That McLaren isn't the quickest in a straight line, but the Super didn't have a bad run. Everyone sort of mullered him down the straight.
Got an update on Mitsubishi from one of their GT1 boys, We've got the Lancers are a nice feeling to drive, but a bit heavy, so not actually as good as you think in the corners. Just a second straight lines, some quality testing from our team. Yeah, they have it from the horse's mouth. So they've only got 5 gears, isn't it? So it seems to tops out a little bit.
Donzo's off at turn 1.
Oh.
Switchback's got back in the lead.
Katz at the inside of unsafe release as well. So down to P4 as Junkie Sport's gone through. And here comes Katz as well. Donzo's really going to lose out here. He's going to lose 4 places. Deluxe had a moment as well because unsafe release is down the inside of his teammates. So I'm going to have to try a little bit. We've got the McLaren's line of stern. Now in 6th, 7th and 8th. So once again, as they were last week, all running nose to tail.
Safe, have a look around the outside of Donzo. It's a brave move to try.
He's hanging on. Donzo, oh, SPY's had a moment. Katz is off.
Oh, my word.
Nobody wants to lead this race. And despite his off, Switchback has come out in the lead. He's now 4.4 seconds ahead. And it's a 1-2 for Citroen because Junkie Sport has come through as well. So Onso he's down the inside of Donzo into the penultimate corner. Open the door, he's now got the two silver McLarens all over the back of him as well, and a recovering Cats who flipped SBY, who dropped all the way down to P9. We've got two cars side by side to the chicane. It's Steph and Andy sort themselves out. Zombie closing in as well, and the first of the pit stops is SBY. He's cooked his left rear tyre. So he's being on the soft. He had a couple of moments there, and he's really cooked that left rear tyre. Look at his teammate.
He started on the soft.
Yeah, look at Donzo's tyre wear. Donzo's got absolutely nothing on that right, so yeah, SBY's had a couple of big slides and has cooked his tyre.
Two Citroen boys aren't the best for the left-hand tyre wear.
Yeah, but they're still better than SBY's. So, Switchback leads by 5.3 seconds. On lap 6, Junkie Sport second, I'll say for Elise up into third. You've got Donzo fourth, though he's a little bit wide. You've got Dilluck down the inside. Posh coming as well, he's going to try and slip through his teammate, through he goes.
Cats is up the inside now as well.
Using that VW power, he's trying to get City Posh as well. He's got the inside, he's got a little bit of an overlap.
Clip the grass on the brakes.
He's got through, but Cats is not finished yet. Here's a look up, shows him down the inside. Iceman, oh, contact between Steph and Iceman. And Iceman's in the wall. Donzo pits, so the other Alfa Romeo in as well. They're not looking after their tyres here at all. Well, he wasn't really suffering on tyre wear though, that was weird. He comes out just behind his teammate, so they've clearly got a strategy. Are they going to now run together and try and catch up to the pack? We shall see.
We've seen teammates work together before, but Switchback has pulled another 2 seconds on his teammate Junkie Sport in second.
Yes, indeed. And also for Elise is now trying to bridge that gap with his two teammates in tow. Nexus Cats, however, still very lively on the back of City Posh. And you can see how much tyre wear there is in that McLaren as well. City Posh had a couple of moments, I think. So, yeah, look at Dilluck. The tyre wear difference between the three McLarens is just crazy. Dilluck's got barely no wear in his front left tyre. And so Felice has got a fair amount. If you go to City Posh, it is probably up there with... Oh, City Posh sideways on the grass! He's out to the runoff.
Got more front tyre wear than Nexus Cats in the front wheel drive VW.
Indeed. So, anybody pit this lap? No. It is all carrying on. Go Andy, having a quiet race, P7. Leading the Mitsubishi Charge now. Zom, after his early lap dramas, up to P8. Stefan P9, Zombie P10. Mitsushishi's running together. Gravity in P11. Iceman's pitted.
Well, it's true over the Mitsubishi GT1 team. It turns out that Frome convinced him to pick the car, so he's taking that one on the chin.
So, interesting. SBY has taken 2 seconds out of the gap between himself and Switchback since last time around. It was 21, it's now 19 seconds. She's done a 15.5, the fastest lap of the race. So SBY, and he's got some clear track, is flying. Interestingly, he's now come out on the super soft as well.
Yeah, he came up, well, Donzo came up side by side with SBY from the pit stop. SBY's possible.
SBY, oh, gravity on the grass. Opens the door. SBY's through. Donzo, not quite close enough. Meanwhile, race leader, 7.2 seconds to the good, approaching half race distance.
Backwards in the background. Oh, it's Zom.
Oh no. So, two Citroens running 1 and 2. The other one is facing the wrong way. Also for Elise now onto the back of Junkie Sport for the battle for P2.
Both Mitsushishi's running pit lane. As is Gravity.
So for Elise now on the attack. Nexus Cats having passed City Posh is now back behind him. Dilluck has dropped a couple of places. Put Andy up to P6, so Andy's slowly making progress through the field.
Well, Junkie Sport is now 8.6 seconds behind Switchback up front.
A very eager German behind him in that McLaren.
But We are approaching half distance.
Pit stops are imminent.
Maybe one more lap. There you go for the undercut. I mean, sit on and think about coming in.
Yeah, looking at his tyre wear, I would definitely recommend he pits. Junkie Sports had a bit of a moment there on the brakes. That's got Unsafe for at least very interested into the final chicane. He thinks better of it. Does he go for the undercut? Junkie Sports on the grass. Unsafe for at least comes through. City Posh pits. Cats pits. Carries on.
10% more fuel than City Posh.
Look, carries on as well. So SBY, another fastest lap from him. 15.3. That gap to the leader now 18 seconds. Fastest lap of the race. Now he's got out of the battle pack and he can just run his own race. He looks a lot smoother. He's also got 5 seconds between the two Alfa Romeos now. Bearing in mind they count the pits side by side. SBY has really got the hammer down. Steph now P8, City Posh has come out in P9, Zombie closing rapidly and straight. City Posh gets back up to speed. Cat's out in P11, just ahead of Iceman.
Switch back to Cap now. Junkie Spot is 10 seconds.
So pit stops imminent. Here's this lap switch back will dive in, you'd think it would make sense to.
Where does SBY come up in relation?
I thought he was going to carry on, but no, he is in the pits.
Oh, SBY inside of Andy. Andy's off.
So for this, very aggressively attacking the pit lane. To look, pits, SBY coming through. Switchback's just come out of the pits, so he's back in the lead.
SBY's the fastest lap of 15 flat.
He's been charging, that gap is 3 seconds exactly. Gonzo out in P3, Steph now P4. City Posh goes past his teammates who's out of the pits, but he's got ahead Junkie Sport. Now Zombie on the attack of Junkie Sport as well as he gets to speed.
Junkie Sport has put a lot of fuel in that car.
Indeed.
Actually, do his teammate. SBY now has less than half a tank, so with how early he came in, I probably expected to stop possibly.
Yes, it's a long way to take the super soft tyres out of the grassy. He's still pushing, but I think he needed to be in slipstream range really. There's that gap now just opening up a little bit on the straights in the corners. It's 3.4 as they enter the break. Oh, sideways again. This is why I did not rate this Alpha at all. His
rear left tyre is shot.
Is again. Is he in? Not this time. He's going to carry on. Donzo, look at how much better Donzo's tyre wear is, considering it's not a lap difference between the two of them.
2 laps difference in pitting.
So, interestingly, Steph in P4 then. Obviously, this is shaking out a little bit. He's got a P4 ahead of the McLaren's City Posh and Unsafe Release. Sport P7, Zombie P8, Cats. Oh, contact with Andy.
Oh,
both of them going.
Was she jumping?
Yep. is that Co-Andy or is that Tony Rakkinen? Couldn't quite tell.
Well, the look has had 2 bad laps since his pit stop. He's down in P12.
Did a 1:18.0 last time, so pull that somewhere up the inside of Iceman now, though.
Very difficult corner to get a move done. He gets the move done.
So I'm having a look up the inside of Gravity. P13. And now switchback is starting to check out again. That gap now 4.8.
Well, SBY has lost. He lost 1.5 seconds on that last lap with that wiggle through the penultimate corner.
He's losing more time again. That car not handling very well through the final corner. Donzo's kicking up some dirt, and he's got Steph homing in on the back of him here. So Steph's kind of come from nowhere.
Well, switchback has retaliated. He's done a 14.8 on that last lap.
Steph right on the back of Donzo through 1.
I mean, Steph is basically a quiet assassin in the GT League. You don't really notice him, but by the end of the race, he's always up there.
Yes, indeed. scored that brilliant podium on his debut down the inside of Donzo. As they come into the chicane, and on the brakes, takes P3 away. Excellent move there from Steph. City push.
Sideways again. That rear left tyre is dead. He's got to be coming in this lap.
So he's starting to hemorrhage too much time. He's now 7 seconds back from switchback. 7 seconds from a closing prototype Steph. I think he would be best bet would be get some fresh tyres on.
City Porsche has made the move on Donzo.
So Donzo's tyres are in a lot better shape. Sliding so much, he's not pushing quite as hard as his teammate who is driving most of the circuit on opposite lock.
He's in the pits though, that's pretty why.
He's in, does Donzo follow? Looks like it, yep, so both Alphas huge stopper, which is obviously the first time we've seen that from them this season.
Obviously they're two companies before it, but
I think I had to do it in the GTR last season.
It is sometimes necessary.
So Donzo out in P11, because Iceman closing rapidly. SBY's come out in P7, and he's right in the middle of the pack, so he's got Zombie in front of him. Zombie's having a good show as well, so the Mitsubishis.
City Porsche is challenging Steph for second place. Is it
the inside?
I mean, I always wanted to see a battle between these two, because I claim they're the two fairest races on track.
There we go, that's an example of what we could have seen. Nice clean move there from City Posh, and he's up into P2. So, inspired by his victory last week, showing that was no fluke.
Noticed that Steph is critical on fuel, he may have another stop. He's got a quarter of a tank.
Got a quarter of the race left as well, so it was a full tank for keep an eye on that. Bit of fuel saving, he might just make it, but he's got second McLaren closing the gap.
SBY's up to 6th. What can he do in this final stint? He's got 4 seconds to jump spot. Can he close it?
Zombie has dropped a couple of places. P8, still on the tail of Cats. Good luck closing back up after his dramas off camera and bringing Co-Andy with him. Dante down in P11. Bit of a lonely race for him at the moment, but he's just on a purple sector 1. Lovely camera view here, the car's sweeping through this S section.
I mean, you would think the switchback should have this race nailed. He's got a 13.8 second gap.
I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely loving this camera angle. So in the cornfield as they go through the S's, it's just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful camera angle. Well done GT Sport for that one. Anyway, back to the racing. Switchback now, 13 seconds in the lead. And looking very comfortable to make it 5 from 5. First time winners in GT Sport. GT2 this season.
SBY is pushing on his clever second out of Junkie Spot that lap. It's 14.9. He's back on the pace again with those fresh tyres.
He's indeed, but two stopper and obviously putting his tyres out as he did. Definitely ended him a little bit. He should be able to push on now to the end. Steph doing on fuel. Now Steph's not got too much different fuel to SBY now, so I'm starting to think he might be okay. He just needs to keep an eye on it. It might be close, but I think he's okay. He's not got too much less. See, Porsche's got a fair bit more in front of him. Mr. Zach out on the lead. Can manage his fuel with ease. In fact, he could probably stop and come out again in the lead.
Dane Train is now in a battle for 7 and 8.
Indeed, good luck closing. And carrying some penalties as well. Not sure we'd get penalties around here, to be honest, but there we go.
Oh, Junkie's Sports run wide at the penultimate corner. SPY's getting 2 seconds.
SPY on the charge, so what new livery he's got this week. Fastest lap of the race, a 14.5 from SBY. He is flying. He's got clear track. And Back up now just a second, so we'll have slipstream from the Citroen.
That's probably our battle, but the look is right in the back of Nexus Cats.
D-City Posh wrestling his car around the S's. Look, and Nexus Cats battle for Danish pride. Who is going to bring home the bacon from this one?
I mean, whoever does will be a very rich man. What's happened with bacon lately? So
very true. It's just me buying it en masse. SBY now within 3 or 4 tenths of Junkie Sport. He is there. No, off goes Junkie Sport.
Wide. SBY sideways.
So the pressure got to Junkie Sport.
It's the first time I've seen a drifting overtake, I believe. So.
Andy a little bit wide in the background there, but he's okay. Donzo starting to close down on him. Last 3 laps on BP 11. Oh, he's going a little bit wide. Gets it going the long way around the final couple of corners. Some sideways as well. Thinking about picking up some flowers.
In the weeds. And Andy's right in the back of him now. In fact, he's got past.
He's through. The Cats have line as well. He looked like he was going a little bit slow there. I wonder if they had contact in turn 1.
Donzo is on his way. He's within 7 tenths now. On the fractures tyres and grid. Besides Zombie, who's played late.
Oh, challenge for P3. Unsafe release around the outside of Steph. Steph, like you say, is critical on fuel. He's got the fuel light on.
That's not what you want.
2 laps to go. I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's going to have to go. Unfortunately, oh, he's wide as well through the penultimate corner. Keeps out the wall. Just back in front of SBY, but I think he's going to peel off it.
Tagged the wall and the chicane. Junkie Sport's got a massive run.
Through he goes. So just slightly unsighted by the Mitsubishi, who's carried on. So Steph, fuel saving, has allowed unsafe release through with the P3. So McLaren's now 2nd and 3rd.
Well, after the poor showing at the first couple of rounds, is McLaren, they've got it back under control and they're looking very good in this championship at the moment.
Indeed. Also, bear in mind that McLaren are using their wild card this week, so they need a good showing. And so far, City Posh and also release, bringing in some more good points for the team. Steph, having run in P2, is now under attack for P4. Junkie Sport on his tail.
He's in the weeds. He kept it up the ballfield though, but the luck has got back past.
What happened to Donzo? Donzo was right behind them and now he's 14 seconds off the back. So Donzo's had an excursion somewhere. Zom's just past Iceman.
He has indeed. Iceman's got very warm front tyres, but he's trying to fight back. There's contact.
Oh, bit of contact there. A little bit naughty. Drag race down to... Zom trying to engineer a little bit of room. Citroen's faster in a straight line.
Both of them have no fuel. Luckily, this should be their last lap in theory.
Oh, Junkie Sport's off. Out the exit turn 1. Right up let SBY through. It does. SBY goes back through. Shook up Alexa. Over the F2.
Donzo's the first of our finishes in P10.
SBY's having a huge wiggle through the S's. Junkie Sport's on the grass again.
Off.
Oh, is he going to go round?
He's round.
Oh, he's just saved it. Oh, he's going the other way. Oh, boy, caught it.
The luck is coming. The Dane train is here.
Through goes one, through goes the other. The P6 and 7. Andy now arrives as well. But across the line for his first win on GT Sport, FTRL switchback. Wins at Goodwood. Unsafe release has hopped over his teammate. So also for Elise has snatched P2 on the final lap.
Steph is critical on fuel on match when he's got nothing left.
McLaren snaking across the line. He's going to make it. He might have just run out of fuel, but he's made it. It's SBY coming home P5, Deluxe P6, Cats P7. Chunky Sport will be disappointed to finish P8, and Co-Andy finishes P9. So, there we have it.
It's safe to say that we haven't had a boring GT2 race yet this season.
No, we have not. Very definitely have not. And we have our 5th winner in 5 races. Still repping his Team Japan Nations Cup overalls. FTRL Switchback takes his first win.
Well, I mean, it's about time.
Indeed, it's been coming. It's been coming.
Yeah, on to round 6 now. That's it. What? I mean, unexpected tyre wear from the Alphas in that Group 4 race. Obviously, the increase in weight hasn't helped them at all this season, but I still think they're up there with the quickest car on track. It's just going to be a matter of readjusting their race strategy, I believe.
So it's a circuit. This is quite heavy on the tyre wear as well, because it is just so many right-hand corners. You're going to get so much wear, but so the Alphas. It's one of the things that put me off it, is that it can be just so unstable in long corners. If it starts to drift, you can't drift the Alfa Romeo at all, can you? You've got to be so precise with it, otherwise it will just snap out on you. And I think this circuit's probably exposed that within that car a little bit today. Because we've seen them so neat and precise so far, which is sort of how you drive the Alfa quickly. But still, a fairly decent haul of points. Both. On now to St. Croix A. Which is this the longest version, or is the C the longest version? I can't remember.
I think C's the longer one.
C's the longer.
Aaron's just complimented Zach, so I'm not sure if he's feeling alright.
What is 2020?
I need to stretch after that rest. I've been suffering well. Oh.
So, if we just wait for the...
But yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Junkie Sport had the ABS glitch, which caused his off.
Oh, I mean, if he had the ABS glitch, he's dealt with it for 24 minutes of a 25-minute race. He should be used to it. But unfortunate for him tonight. Hopefully he can get something back in this race. As we're starting quite quickly, as we've had some delays tonight, unfortunately. But
so, a mixture of tyres coming through. On board then for a lap with gravity. So it comes up, we've got this uphill braking zone left-hander. Out to the edge into the curb. Hang a left. Last week we were going straight on down there. Through this long sweeping left-hander into the 90-degree right-hander. Second one.
it's not the easiest track to learn here in the second one.
It's not, especially so long.
A lot of very similar corners, so you think it's this corner, but actually it's a corner to 3 corners.
Yeah, very much so. Left-hander into the right, perhaps a little bit wider out onto the grass.
Very sideways beetle is that beetle.
Brakes and got this long sweeping right-hander that doors back on itself. Now we've got a bit of straight. I do like the chicane at the end of the straight because it's kind of quick, nice speed one. If I remember, if I'm thinking of the right one. Probably not. Probably not. I don't think, look at it, I don't think I am. I think I did this one. Yeah, it's fairly quick speed through that one actually. Yeah, keep the pace speed up, but then you've got this almost 180 hairpin which he's going to do sideways. And a bit of grass tracking. Oh, he's doing a 360. There we go. Oh, no, doing more than 360. 540, there we go.
I hopped in a couple of the practice lobbies with the sit-run boys because I was bored. And this left-hander coming onto the bridge is a very tricky off-camber corner.
Yeah, I'd say it was the same coming the other way for our race at B last week. There's no very easy way to get onto this. It's on off-camber. The road just falls away from you, which does kind of pull you towards the bridge. So you need to be watching that. And we've got the braking zone here for the tight S's. So it comes on you quickly. It's quite tight on exit as well. Then to find that wall. I've ran into that wall in the past, so beware. And this long sweeping right-hander.
Tyre strategy is, there's some out there one in this race.
180. On the brakes for the left-hander, and then we run down to the final corner. Overtaking opportunity, but again you need to keep the speed up there because run down, start, finish straight. Another opportunity into turn 1. Just reached the wall there. So we've got Zombie sporting a Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo-esque livery on his Lancer this week.
He's gone for the bright and colourful again.
Indeed. Not quite of his Aston Martin from into Lagos bright, but still not bad. Stuff livery. SBY has reverted to his very neat and tidy white and blue livery with the Chelsea badge on it, but that's a nice man still rocking his Iron Maiden livery. They look in his very colourful Citroen inspired McLaren. So the Citroen's looking sublime in their Junkie Sport liveries.
I must admit, I do really like Unserv's.
I was going to say, just saw that, flash that through, the Schnitzer one. Yeah. Can't beat a bit of iconic liveries. City Porsche, then can he make it 2 from 2 into Group 3 races in the McLaren?
Well, I said tyre strategy was interesting. It appears that everyone's on the mediums bar the Alfa Romeos. Donzo's on the soft, and SBY is on the soft.
Aaron's just like, SBY must have started watching football in 2003. Very true, very true. They had no fans before. No, interesting. Looks like Steph's just changing tyres in the pits, but that's fine. Leonard's just coming with, there seems to be a theme here. As soon as I'm out or moved the division or whatever becomes excellent. Yeah, well, to be fair, Leonard, you did put up a couple of excellent races yesterday in F1. So there you go. There's a compliment for you.
I was watching that. His head's picking up as it is.
I was watching the stream back last night. That battle for the lead in Germany was intense, like an intense battle.
It was hectic.
It was hectic. Yes, certainly that. But cracking watch from the outside. A bit rough and tumble.
Aaron responded to Len in the chat, but I don't want to read it out.
I will not read that one out there. So, Gravity on pole with Zomwa, Iceman and Zombie on the second row of the grids for race 2.
Citroen does tend to start fairly well off the line. Not as well as a
Group
4,
lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's green. There they go. Zom's got the start as he expected. Look at Junkie Sport coming down the inside as well. He's going to get P2, but the run to line he is. Junkie Sport have an absolute storming start. Fighting off the lances of Andy and Zombie. SBY on the grass in the background. Did he hang on to it? He did. Jumping on the back of the pack.
Very difficult manoeuvres through the opening lap around St. Croix.
Oh, Junkie Sport having a wobble. Andy goes around the outside. Oh, contact. Junkie Sport's going, no, he saved it, and he's in the wall on the outside, both dropping down the order.
So switchback's had a wiggle, he's back down to 14.
Oh, yellow flag, somebody else has gone. Gravity's gone round. So the VW has been spat out. All this has left Zomwart with a 2.7 second lead. So for the second race in a row, a Citroen driver making an escape on the opening lap. Christian Machine giving pursuit. And Donzo's up into P3 as well.
On those soft tyres is going to be one to watch.
Yeah, to make hay while the sun shines down the inside. Late move. Good overtake there from Donzo. A little bit of contact on exit, but it's okay. Cat Iceman and City Posh 3 wide.
He's gone back for the inside of Donzo.
So City Posh is already up to P4 as well, so he's had a storming opening lap.
Oh, we're 3 wide down the straight. Andy unsafe and next is Iceman.
You can see this. So down to 2 by 2. Recovering after contact of 3 wide to the braking zone. Oh, that's not going to work, boys. Who's wide? Iceman's off. Oh, Iceman's got round in the background yet.
Oh, Zombie's round as well.
City Posh is up to P2.
So I think Spot may have had collision with Nexus Iceman at the chicane.
So Donzo's had a wobble somewhere, and all this, let's see, Posh finished second in the last race off to P2 on the opening lap. He's had an absolute stormer. However, Zom is 5.6 seconds clear.
So Zom is away, and CJ's chanting more than the chat. I think everybody wants Zom to just do well.
Me too. He seems a lot more confident this season coming into it. He's just not quite. Oh, Cats and Unsafe going deep into the braking zone, into the bridge. Cats into the wall. Unsafe at least just about got away with it. All the switchbacks up into P5. So
I was say he was last at turn 2. So
he's gone from 15th to 10th, back down to 15th, and now he's up to 5th. So he's yo-yoing around with this opening lap. But the top 3 from the last race are already into the top 5 in this one.
And the City Posh fans are out in force in the chat.
Big gap as well then from Deluxe in P8, back of the train. Prototype Steph, who's had the guys who've had moments on the opening lap. So Gravity's up to P12. So Junkie Sport 13, SBY's down in 14th, and some way off the back, he's already 23 seconds off the lead.
Going to plan for the Alfa Romeo boys tonight. Oh, the look is it. He's off the medium player end of lap 1.
So, call from Deluxe. See, Posh has got the magnets on. He's already taken a second and a half out of Zom. So fresh off the back of his first win. First. Is he going to make it 2 and 2? See, Donzo P3. Switch back up into P4 ahead of Unsafe Release. Zach is on the charge as well.
He does tend to like the Group 3 races. More than the Group 4.
He got to P2 last time out, so let's see what happens. Cats in P7, so top 7 have kind of made a bit of a break, and you've got Steph with the look, who just pitted out the super softs. Didn't put any fuel in, so straight onto the super soft tyres, so clearly got a strategy in mind. P10, Iceman P11 after his opening lap dramas with his teammate just in behind him, Junkie Sport. SBY wants to take a couple of seconds back out of the deficit to the race leader, so it's down to 21. But yeah, Zom still in the lead, 3.1 seconds.
So City Posh is bridging that gap, but he's bringing Donzo with him.
Indeed, not coming alone.
I mean, everyone's sort of pairing off in the 2s at the moment, but switch back and Unsafe Release, basically tied together.
I wish you knew an Aaron driver. Donzo's had a bit of a wobble, I think, because he's dropped off the back of City Posh. So for Release trying to go around the outside of Switchback, is he going to cut back underneath him onto the bridge, go for a good run. Slipstream, next is Cats right on the, Coandy right on the back of them as well.
See that Simpsons mobile. He looks a very tall car, but it hides behind the zip.
So for Lee's looking very racy at this stage. Oh, Andy's had a big wobble there, trying to get out from behind. I think so for Lee's a little bit held up by Switchback having a wiggle. Almost caught Andy out. Just a long right-hander, eats that left-hand side tyres up. So much tighter Citroen's able to hold the line there through around that. So McLaren and the Mitsubishi out to the edge of the track.
I'm not sure what happened at the back, but both the VWs of Iceman, Gravity, and now Junkie Sport are at the back. SBY's up to 11.
Indeed, but he is no closer to Zom, so yeah, the three behind him have had a moment. City Posh in. Comes unsafe as well, so McLaren's have got a strategy.
Get off that medium as soon as possible.
Seems to be the one, yep.
Next is catching the look. Dan Trent. It's together again.
Yes, indeed. The look won the first round. And Steph has also caught onto the back of these two as well. Doing his bit for international relations.
SBY is nearly on the back of the train. That train is unsafe for release. There's already no pit stop, so...
He's still 21 seconds behind Zom, so he's not closing down on the race leader, despite being on a super soft tyre.
So Dom's over soft, and he's not really closing on Zom. Now we've got fresh track. We'll switch back on the background.
Side of Zombie, and safe release clear Zombie, so got some clear track to use his fresh soft tyres. Posh goes P5, 9 seconds off the lead. So, P2, switch back to P3, Andy P4 and City Posh, right on the back of Andy. Spot, so 8 seconds off the lead, and he's on the quicker tyre. That's interesting because the Citroens have historically been the ones to make that early jump from the mediums, but they're carrying on this time, so I know Zach was saying they've not really had a chance to sit down together this week and formulate a strategy for tyres, so I'm seeing that slightly reduced preparation time this week.
Oh, and he's deep in the background, City Posh nearly got the run. And he's gone defensive into the hairpin. Oh, he's gone deep though, allowing City Posh the inside.
Indeed, I think Homer saw a donut on the outside and realised it wasn't really a donut. There he goes. The look has dispatched of Nexus Cats. He's clear. And now Steph also for release on the attack. The VW also around the outside of Steph onto the bridge. That's a cracking move. Steph has a big slide.
I mean, round the outside anywhere is tough. Round the outside of an off-campus corner is...
Indeed, now he's going on the outside of Cats for the next one. Is he going to make it 2 and 2? He's under the bridge. Switch back because Cass has gone a bit deep. He's around the outside again now. Gives him room, and that's another brilliant move there.
I mean, these 2 moves in 3 corners, and they're probably the best moves of the season. They were cracking.
Yeah, leaves everyone safe. Up into P7. City Posh got to his on the softs as well. And having cleared Co-Andy, he's already on the back of switchback, so McLaren's very, very good at the moment. Donzo starting to chip away at that lead finally. So that's the fastest lap of the race.
And he's in off those mediums.
And he bails out. Citroen's carrying on though, so are they maybe just doing the 2-stopper this time?
I mean, there was talk of it. Whether it works or not, I'm not too sure. It's not a strategy I'd like to put into play, but let's see, Posh up the inside of switchback.
P3 having an absolute stinker of a first week. He's having an absolute stormer in the 2-1s afterwards.
Aaron's made himself moist by watching on surf. It was like a good open deck as Aaron.
it was a switchback as well, so that'll do it.
Well, Andy's come out the pits on a soft tyre in P9, so should be behind Nexus Cats. Well, the McLarens are running slightly different direction. City Posh and Unsafe got very different fuel loads. Unsafe filled the tank, and City Posh got 3/4 full, so they'll obviously close up through the race.
Zom continues to lead. Gap now down to 2.2 seconds. How much longer is he going to run these mediums for? Suggest maybe at least another lap.
Magical Zom's run. They're very consistent. There's only 3/10 between them, so.
One big power slide there though. Some of the power. Posh's got the gap down to 5 seconds.
City Posh is flying.
He's really got himself tuned in with this car now. Richard Autopolis was not the one for him. Absolute stinker there.
He had a word with Aaron after that race, and I don't know what happened, but yeah, maybe Aaron knows something.
I say Aaron does drive at the Nations Cup, so does have a bit of experience with the McLaren. Did look going well in P5, so the McLaren's 3rd, 5th and 6th.
So they look currently with the fastest lap with 3:05.2. He's marching on those super soft tyres.
Indeed, so going the different strategy to his two teammates though. Posh currently 7/10 up on this lap as well. He is absolutely flying. Gap for the race lead down to
Next is Pat and Steph.
P7. Steph continue to battle.
Gravity and Iceman have had contact at the end of the straight.
The race leader in. Donzo carries on, so he will inherit the race lead. Switch back in as well, so yeah, it does look like we've got a strategy being played by Team Citroën. The look comes through to P3.
I don't think those Citroëns would go much further on fuel.
So Zom's put about 2/3 of the tank in. It's come up just behind Unsafe Release in P5. Andy through to P7, just behind Switchback who's come out in P6.
No. Aaron's not saying he's saying nothing, hashtag driver coach, hashtag mental coach, hashtag coach Taylor. Aaron won one race, don't let it go to the end.
And it was a gift.
Right on the back of Donzo now.
So Bell for the race lead. Donzo leads. So Posh now holds the fastest lap with 3:04 flat. So just in a purple first sector. Slightly flying. So Unsafe did a 3:04.1 as well, so just 10th between the two McLaren boys.
They played the wild card smartly at the moment, it appears.
Indeed, this track really coming to the McLarens. All three of them sat in the top 4. Just Donzo denying them a clean sweep of the podium at the moment. Will we see our first 1, 2, 3?
Say, well, SBY has pitted after that bad opening stint from the Alpha. They cut mistake, a couple of collisions, but he's come out in 12th. But he's now 3 seconds behind his teammate.
Zom on the tail of Unsafe Release. So Zom showing good pace now on the soft compound tyre. Don't count him out yet. Switch back in P6, about 3.5 seconds behind his teammates. Going in 7, Zombie running in P8, a bit of a train going on behind him. You've got Steph, Junkie Sport and Cats in a very close battle. It's 8th to 11th. SBY trying to get on terms with them in P12.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the Beatles scrapping. And we have a new race leader.
Alfa Romeo's got the fuel tank to do 5 laps, which I don't think many of the cars do. So, might be trying a different strategy to everyone else. They've done 15 minutes and 10 with Donzo.
Donzo is in this time. From P2.
The Luck is also in.
Super soft. The tyres are probably past their best. McLaren
Zom's
1-2. Yeah,
still on the back of unsafe.
Yes, indeed. So just on the grass. Bit of a moment. Is that going to give Zom a run? Is he close enough? Is it the inside? He's got
the outside.
next two. So unsafe release is going to go deep though for a switchback for Zom. Not quite got the traction.
Yeah, got a little bit sideways on the exit.
So he's looking good. Yeah.
Touch wood. This is the best Zom's looked in the season. I know he's been doing so many lobbies with CJ, so obviously swapping notes, obviously different cars, but it's nice to see the boys helping each other.
Indeed, and they've also now got joined by switchback. So this is now a 3-car battle for P2. And in a lonely P5 to look out in P6. He's now on the softs just in front of Donzo. So the look has jumped on Donzo. Filled the tank. He's now on the mediums.
Let's be wise up the 10th. I think it's not going well for the Alfa Romeo driver. He has made up a couple spots lately, but yeah, he's a long way off that race lead.
Still 42 seconds. It will appear he's trying to two-stopper. So maybe making one last pit stop.
Oh my word, I've just seen the VW drivers and Gravity and Iceman just basically crash into each other, hence why they're 29 seconds behind everyone else.
Going well for Team VW. I think Gravity's waiting for his teammate. After that collision. See Posh then continues to lead. 12 seconds the gap back to unsafe release. Switchback is now P3. He's jumped his teammate. They're still running nose to tail over the bridge. Has a look up the inside, shows his nose to unsafe, but no move this time around.
I think Zom will let Switchback through, because I don't think he has the confidence in himself to sort of push the envelope as much, but he should do. He's up there on pace, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Get in there, Zom.
306.1 last time, so that's a quick lap from Zom. Quickest lap of the race last time round.
Well, Michael's asking, can you give Zach the comms curse, please?
Well, we tried it in race 1 and it didn't really work. Michael, I'm afraid, he won the race, so I think it's sort of the anti-curse today.
Well, second Porsche is in the pit lane.
Unsafe
follows
as
him in.
well, so that puts Citroen 1-2. Away. Switchback does his personal best, 3:04.7. Coming through to P4, see Posh out of the pits, drops right in behind, just in front of his teammate. Also comes through, and unsafe release out in P7, also filled the tank. Junkie Sport pits from P8. And we've got this train here of Zombie, SBY and Steph. 8th, 9th and 10th. Steph has a look at the inside of SBY into 1. But Zombie's gone a very sweeping line around the outside. Searching some Scooby snacks.
Straight on the attack. It's up the inside of Andy. Andy's run wide.
Andy. Let him look through as well. He's closing in rapidly.
But City Porsche is on fire tonight.
Look through into P4, switches on the outside of Andy. It's on the brakes.
City Porsche closing on the Citroen's in for a little super soft tyre.
So the gap is 9 seconds. Everybody's got one more stop to make. Just past half distance.
Zom has stayed right on the back of Switchback this lap.
I think just a purple sector there as well. So Zom is flying. He'll have the slipstream down the straights. I think having Zach there as a guide of when to brake definitely be helping him. So we've seen Zach and Junkie Sport running together a number of times this season. Zom unfortunately not been able to be part of those trains, but Now he's got a chance to run with his teammate. It's definitely helping. So it's Citroen versus McLaren for the win, you feel?
I would believe so, unless there's an upset towards the end. I mean, Donzo might filter in if he's doing the two-stop.
Yes, indeed. He's not far off the back of Andy now. Staying with Deluxe, City Posh. A few seconds up the road, about 4 seconds ahead. Safe release, 4 seconds behind. And then SBY is now up into P8. So he's cleared Stefan Zombie. Slow and steady progress, but still some way. The pace he's going to be pitting shortly. His tyres are looking past their best.
Yeah, they.
Citroen's in this lap. They're about out of fuel. Which leads me to believe they're going to have to stop again.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to make it on one more stop. Because they're going on the super soft.
Yeah.
So they have to do 2 short stints in it.
So, 3-stop does tend to work as St. Croix because it is a very long lap. So.
So City Posh goes through into the lead. That goes through into P2. Donzo goes through into P3. Safe release goes through to P4. Deluxe looks having a good run tonight as well. So they've got a little bit showed up last week. His 2 teammates obviously taking the win in 3rd place. Deluxe showing that he's not to be discredited in the Group 3 category. Obviously we've seen them all running nose to tail in Group 4s. With the purple first sector as well, so he's definitely got some speed in this McLaren. All 3 of these boys doing an excellent job.
Has put less fuel in than switchback, so those 2 have swapped again in the pits. Zombies right hand on safe roads.
Indeed, so he's on for about just over 2/3 of the tank. Switchback has filled to the brim. Put them on the super soft tyres. They're going to be charging. Switchback keeping the dirt there as he's pushing on. So if everybody's got the one stop to make, Switchback is 14 seconds from the lead. However, he's going to have a shorter final stop.
I found out to my worst fears that Citroen doesn't like getting on the grass. So.
You did indeed, didn't you? I remember Corey around and seeing a yellow flag and I was like, who's that?
I wasn't best pleased.
Yeah, unfortunately, I found out the Lamborghini does not like the gravel traps either. So I found a slow moving Mitsubishi in the middle of the road. Tried to go around it, got a little bit wide and did a couple of jam sprinkle donuts for Homer. Nasty piece of work, that Lambo. Nasty piece of work.
Well, I'm going to stop looking at Iceman and Gravity because they just appear to be crashing into each other, which I'm not going to look at. So.
We'll focus on the race leader. Just did 3:04.4, so just 4 tenths off the fastest lap, and he's 4 tenths up on this lap. So City Posh is still flying.
So I think he's trying to make as big a gap to Donzo as he can.
I think Donzo's the one to watch. Donzo 7 seconds off. Also for at least closing him down though. Super soft tyres. Som's coming as well.
He's almost had a very good race, touch wood.
P7 battling with Steph as they come over the bridge.
Yes, but SPY has literally no tyres left.
I'm surprised he's still going. The softs are pretty much past their best. Case in point.
Sure
when you're turning right down a straight, you know you're something a little bit wrong.
Just a tad.
Kick it oversteer. Steph and Andy behind him. This is Cat's giving chase. Junkie Sport not far behind him. Not the race that Junkie Sport would have hoped for. A couple of early accidents. Put him down, but he's trying to fight back now. He's on the tail of Cats.
Wow. City Push did set fastest lap, but then unsafe came through into 3:02.9. Right on the back of Donzo.
He's got a second faster than City Posh on the lap. He's managed to drop Zombie altitude over 2.6 seconds as well, so
Donzo running a little bit wide, close to the grass.
Oh, we have a McLaren 123 on the road.
The pressure is on Donzo now.
So medium tyres, he's on the ball to the car behind him on the super softs. However, he'll be on the super soft at the end because he started on the softs. So looking for the inside.
Does he have the overlap? It looks like he does.
Indeed, and we've got a McLaren 123. Switchback kicking up the dirt in the background.
So the switchback is getting closer, but that bottom Zom is now on the back of that current, so
they squabble over position. Zom has honed in. 10 seconds cover the top 5. See Posh in lead by 5 seconds. Looks sitting P2. He's got 4 for 8.3 back to unsafe release. Who's got Donzo and Zom right on his tail, and switchback 2 seconds off the back. Top 6. You feel the winner, the podium's going to come from these 6, I think. Andy is 20 seconds behind in 7th.
I think the look will be in the end of this lap is we should put his fuel light on.
Speedway has pitted. He's gone up to P11. I think Katz has pitted as well.
Donzo defending from Zom. Zom looking for the inside at the hairpin. Inside.
Indeed. Room given. Donzo's going to defend the inside. He's keeping it tight. Can Zom swoop around the outside? Alla, unsafe release. Not quite. Go for a switch back onto the bridge. Use that Citroen's
straight line.
So use that Citroen straight line speed. Donzo holds him off. Switchback is here as well, so now he's fighting off both the Citroens. So he's between 1 Alfa Romeo, 2 Citroens and 3 McLarens for the podium.
Oh, Zom trying the outside of Donzo. Now trying the inside. Is there anything wrong this fast left and right hander is it's always difficult because the car's right on the edge.
Yeah, so he'll be the first to blink. We expect him to go on to the supers. He might go for the softs though. So he comes, so first of the top 6 to blink. Let's look. See, Posh is your race leader. Still in the 304s.
They don't say if get past Donzo that lap if they didn't. Yeah,
no contact on the apex between Zom and Donzo. Zom trying to swoop around the outside, Donzo on the inside, contact was made, switchback's getting interested, just drops him behind his teammate. Zom down the inside.
Deadlock has gone for the supers.
So look, going for the speed at the end there, he's come out in P6, so he's got clear road. So it's time to push. The battle now currently over P3, so release is now 3 seconds up the road. You'd expect Donzo in this lap with the super soft tyres. 12 seconds off the lead, looking very good for City Posh at this stage.
He's flying.
9 seconds over his teammate.
They both have exactly the same fuel, so they're both going to be starting for, you would think, the same amount of time. So
Donzo's still rolling on to P3.
Donzo's having to fight for his life at the moment.
Tom's got a very good run off that corner. He's kept it tight on opposite side of the track. Still ahead, but only just. But Donzo's got to come over to take the next corner. Tom's got him in the straight line. Swoops ahead, stops into the middle, chops across the switchback.
The switchback down now.
Down the inside is what he does.
No.
Donzo sees it coming. And through he goes. The Citroens are through and away.
Well, it's nice to see that switchback hasn't learned from being patient last week.
Indeed. At least it was clean. Nothing else. A little further back, Co-Andy in P7. So go on.
I think it was clean because Donzo saw him coming.
Yeah, there is that, yes. Co-Andy in a very lonely P7. Further back, Junkie Sport up to P8. Zombie, SBY and Steph still running in close attention. Just a little bit wide from Steph there. Cat's in P12. At the back, the two Beetles running line astern. Now, when does City Posh pit? Does he go this lap? It makes sense. His tyres looking past their best.
His team has exactly the same way behind him. So.
Yep, here he comes. So City Posh race leader in. We're looking at 3 more laps. So if the lease peels off as well, and do the Citroens follow in? They do indeed. Here they come. Donzo as well. So top 5 are in. Now, where is the look? Final corner.
The last corner. City Posh is already out.
City Posh on his way. Someone's going to be stationary a little bit longer. Out comes unsafe release. The look's going to come through in P4 behind switchback. Closing rapidly. Someone was out in P5, Donzo P6. So Donzo, you feel, is probably out of it. He's 20 seconds off. Despite that,
got that 10-second gap to the team now.
Yes, indeed. And he's got 3.5 seconds to switch back. The look, meanwhile, 7/10 off the back. So McLaren's looking to make it a 1-2-3, which on their double point week is pretty much the dream result. The look will be pushing, trying to snatch that P3. So both his teammates take a podium last week and in race 1 this week. Missing out. What can he do? Zon a little bit further back. He's going to put more fuel in that stop. A little bit wide there. He's in the gravel. He's overcooked it slightly. He's going to put Donzo on his tail. Sometimes needs to take a breath.
So I'm just going to drive like he's been driving the rest of the race, but he's on those super soft tyres, which sometimes aren't the Citroen's best friend.
No, it's weird, they don't always switch on necessarily, do they?
Yeah. But he's got to think, if Donzo does get past, he's got 14 seconds to the next car. So he needs to chill out, get his rhythm back.
If anything, he can probably do with just dropping in behind Donzo, just following Donzo for a couple of laps. Just get your markers, your bearings again. It does help to follow if you're a little bit unsure, especially on a circuit like this. He seems to have settled down again now.
I would guess he'll be in a party with his Citroen teammates today, so I'm hoping they're trying to keep his head on straight.
So switchback just starting to eke away from Deluc. Having opportunities to go on the attack. Drop back to 1.6 seconds and can't switch back to anything about safe release.
Donzo's looking at Zomi, had a bad run on the straight.
He's down the inside. He goes. Very much still battle on. Not further back, Andy.
Black has pulled away from Deluc.
In a very lonely P7, 14 seconds behind Zom, 6 in front of Junkie Sports. We've got 6 seconds either side of him as well. Battle raging between Steph and SBY still. Steph down the inside as they come off the bridge. SBY.
Oh, SBY very sideways.
Still sideways.
When these two have been fighting the majority of the race. So.
Indeed, SBY on the medium tyres, trying to loop around the outside. Any way to cut back, quite. Looks as Cat's a couple of seconds behind. Bit of a lonely race in P11. Zombie. P12, and then you've got 2 Beetles. Next is Iceman now getting a bit of a gap back to gravity. But race leader has picked up a penalty, but he's got 10 seconds race lead, so not doing too much. Battle is closing for P2.
It's always best to get a penalty when you're 11 seconds in the lead rather than 7/10 in the lead, I can say that. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a battle for this P2. Switch back and keep it going straight.
Look, just falling away a little bit, but if there's any incidents ahead of him, he'll be there to pick up the pieces. Donzo and Zon still nose to tail in the battle for P5.
Zon had a bit of a wiggle that first lap, but he's got his head down and looks to have got back into this race, so... Well, sometimes it can take you a couple of corners just to reload the braking points on the softer tyre. Just got his eye back in.
There's a gap between P2 and P3, 0.7 seconds. I'll say for at least they're going for a bit of a side to side down the straight, trying to lose the toe. Even though switchback not quite in slipstream range at the moment. Time there through that chicane, switch back and picks up a penalty through out to the grass. P4.
City Bosch out front. He is in the race lead, but he did a 3:03.2 last lap when he just gone purple. So he's still pushing on up for him.
Yes, indeed. This will be the penultimate lap. Oh, a couple of bites at trying to get the car into the corner that time.
Get into that right hander. And McLaren doesn't seem to want to turn in immediately, but then after that seems to turn in nice. So.
A little encouragement to turn in, and then it goes the second time. He's managed to eke that gap out a little bit now. Switchback losing a little bit of time on this lap. They look 4 seconds either side of him.
Well, SBY and Steph are still side by side.
After the bridge we come again. Is it a repeat of last laps? Step into the slipstream. Probably not quite close enough this time.
Well, they might not be battling up the front. These two have a fantastic race long battle.
Indeed. Just be aware that Alfa Romeo looking a bit of a handful in this one.
City Porsche has done a 3:02.9. Basically the fastest lap. Equal to. The front is extending. He's in his comfort zone and apparently in this Group 3 now.
0.015 off the fastest lap, that one. Still held by his teammate. We've now got Citroen closing down. We are on the final lap. City Posh on track to make himself the first repeat winner of Season 2 of GT2. The 6 races.
I was after the first 2 races, I couldn't call that.
No, very much so the McLaren boys were cursing their choice, I think, after the opening week. Alsace and Auto switch back off.
Wide in the background.
That's cost him time.
That might be his chance over unless Unsafe makes a mistake. Oh, he's in the gravel again! He's on the grass!
Dirty tyres from the last corner, caught him out again a bit there. They look closing in again. That's
Zach,
definitely
learn from my mistake. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's cost him now. He's back to 3.9, nearly 4 seconds. So I think, barring a big mistake from Unsafe release, that is P2 secure. He looks closed in a little bit. I think switchback is safe now. Donzo has managed to drop Zom a little bit now, 1.6 seconds between them, but Zom in a very comfortable P6. Good points for him. Andy, very lonely P7. Chunky Sport and a lonely P8. SBY and Steph still going at it.
I mean, considering Chunky Sport pulled up after on the first lap to give a position back after some contact, he's done well to fight back to P8. I mean, he's not going to be happy, but...
Yes, indeed, yes. So Katz has dropped behind Zombie, so he's at a moment somewhere. Here we go then, round this long right-hander for the final time. All the gaps seem to have spread out a little bit now, so barring any last lap mistakes. 2 corners from home, City Posh out of the left-hander. Against the wall, down the straight, he comes over to the left-hand side. Get rid of his penalty.
A little bit of weaving, he knows he's on now.
Out of the final corner, and what a drive from City Posh Blue. The first double winner of Season 2 of GT2. 2 in 2 for the Group 3.
By the looks of it.
He is very happy with that. Unsafe release backs up his teammate with an excellent P2. So 2 P2s for unsafe release this week. Great effort on the double point week. Switchback will be happy, I think, with P3. A win and a P3 for him. Deluxe happy with P4. Excellent drive from McLaren. First, second and fourth. Bonzo come home P5. Zombies P6. That's his best result of the season so far.
It's nice to see Zom get a decent result.
He's been coming.
Been struggling a little bit this season with Citroen, but managed to pull it all together in that one.
And he's getting rid of his penalty on the run to the line. He needs to watch out because Junkie Sport is coming. He gets home just in time. Junkie Sport comes home P8. The battle for P9 is going to go in favour of SBY.
Still fighting.
Still nose to tail. SBY P9, Steph P10. Zombie's going to come home in P11, getting the better of Cats.
Well, not the best week for the VW team.
I thought the Scirocco would have been very good around Goodwood, and I think Cats had moments, but didn't quite come to fruition. So there you have it. Very quickly, City Push Blue is your winner of the Group 3 race. 2 in 2 of the Group 3 races for him. 11 positions for a storming drive through the field.
I think he's quite happy, but his phone changed his word to ducking. So I think I don't think he meant ducking. I think he meant a swear word.
Well, there you have it. That is the end of the GT2 action again. 2 fantastic races from the GT2 lads, and wins for Switchback and City Push. But not the end of the action for GT Sport this week. Of course, we're back tomorrow with GT1 action from this week. Suzuka in Group 4.
Dragon Trail Seaside.
Dragon Trail Seaside with the chicane of death. So come see how many bodies we're going to lay to rest and the Croatian coastline. That's 8 o'clock tomorrow for GT1. But thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for co-commentating with me, Paul.
Oh, my pleasure.
And we will see everybody tomorrow for a little bit more GT Sport action. But for tonight, thank you very much for joining us. Do not forget to give the stream a like and a share. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. We appreciate you all doing so. And we will see you all back here tomorrow, 8 o'clock, for more GT Sport action. But for now, thank you very much and goodbye.